Fred here, and welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we are going to take a look at the amazing Ganzo 704. You don't want to miss this one. Stay tuned. The reason why I say this is amazing because this is an incredible find, an incredible buy at a really incredible price. And I'm not going to tell you what that price is until I go over this knife, because I just want you to be shocked, okay? So this knife is a China-made clone of the Benchmade H&K 14205 Axis knife, and that was discontinued about 2 years ago, maybe a little bit more. It's a Snody design knife, and it sold between $100 and $150. Now there is a caveat to that, and that is that the blade steel in that knife was 154 cm. The blade steel in this knife is 440C. Now besides that, the knife is practically identical. Here's the box the knife came in. You can see it says Ganzo Tools, Nothing Impossible. Has some markings from China here. And I had got this from Fastech. Now, I spoke about Fastech in my channel before. And there's the model number. It's actually G704-G, made in China. The thing about buying from Fastech, and that's where I got this, is that it took about a month and a half to get here. It takes a very, very long time. And I'm going to put a link below so you could go right to the website to this knife and check it out. So that's the box. Here is the sheath that it came in. I can't believe it came with a sheath. It's a garbage sheath. There's nothing good about this. Well, you know what? The ballistic nylon here is not too bad, but there's a lot of threads coming out. It's only single stitched, and the belt loop is small, and it's a waste. They could have knocked another $1 off or something and kept that sheath. So here is the knife, and it looks, I mean, it looks like the twin brother or twin sister of the H&K knife, which I'm going to throw up on the screen here. And you can see how identical this knife looks. Even, I mean, note the clip and blade style and handle, everything's the same. So let's go over a couple things here. Overall length of this knife is 8 inches. The blade length is 3.4 inches. The blade thickness is about 0.16 inches. It's amazingly thick. I cannot describe too easily how thick this blade stock is, but it is very, very thick for this type of knife. It's the first thing that really jumped at me, you know, that surprised me when I took this out of the box. The blade steel is 440C. It's labeled right there, which is very surprising because this is a Chinese knife. I don't know whether to believe that or not. I would be quicker to believe that it's 9CR13, which is the Chinese equivalent of 440C, but they're listing it as 440C, so take that for what it's worth. The HRC for 440C should be around 58 to 60, so it's you know, pretty hard steel. Should stand up to a lot. The blade style is a plain edge spear point. It's not a hollow grind. It actually feels like a flat grind, and you got a false wedge up here. It's not sharp or anything, but it is sharp down here. And you have a bee blast finish, which is not really my favorite, but it's non-reflective, but it's a finish that's more prone to rusting than any other finish. Now, while we're here on the blade, you can see what nice jimping. This is outstanding jimping. It is crazy good. Let's take a look at the other side here real quick, and you can see Ganzo and their logo right there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the handle really quick. You can see it's green G10. They do make a black version. And it's reasonably grippy. You know, there is some traction there. But you have a choil, a little bit of a choil here, and this jimping here that really helps you hold on to that. Really secure, no problem. The handle has pretty good ergonomics. The back of the handle shaped just the way I like it, so the reverse grip is nice. Sorry about that. I was doing the brakes on my car and really screwed up my hands yesterday. Anyway, the reverse grip, really nice. And I know what you're saying right now. Hey, that's the axis lock right there. Yep, Benchmade's axis lock is on this knife, which is what I'm saying. It's a identical clone. Works the same way. Completely ambidextrous. Both sides. See? Thumb studs, ambidextrous. Both sides. True ambidextrous. I'm not saying that right. Sorry. The clip. The clip you can mount either side. Now this is tip up only, but left or right. So again, ambidextrous completely. You have some liners. They're not skeletonized at all, but you can see you have liners there, probably 420 J2. Open pillow design on the back, so dirt will flow through, no problem. I'll let you take a look at the stop pin right there. And you can see the axis lock do its thing right there. How that works. See that? That's how the axis lock works right there. The spring, little bar, snaps behind that blade right there. So what else do we got as far as specs? The handle length is 4.5 inches. The handle thickness is 1/2 inch. Already said that the handle material is G10 and it comes in black or green. And the weight, this is not a light knife. This is a rather heavy knife, 5.25 ounces, and it definitely feels heavier than that, but I weighed it. It's 5.25 ounces. So that's really all the specs of this knife. It is really incredible, and when I tell you the price, your jaw is going to drop. So anyway, the brand, Ganzo model G704-G, country of origin is China, and the best use for this knife, the philosophy of use is either tactical, because it has that spear point, really good for piercing and stabbing, or EDC. So you ready for the cost? Are you ready for the cost of this knife? It is $16.22. Yeah, you heard me right. $16.22. Alright, well, let's go ahead and start doing some tests. Okay, as I said before, the ergos are really good. Really good jimping. Thumb studs, pretty good. Work pretty good. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this out one-handed. Yep. Nice solid lockup. No up and down. No side-to-side play whatsoever. Let's take a look at blade centering. And blade centering is just a hair to your right, but pretty good. There's no rubbing or anything like that, so it's pretty good. Let's go ahead and do a paper cut test. Just so happens I have a piece of paper right here that we could go ahead and test for sharpness. And pretty good. Nice and sharp. Not the sharpest out there. It's not push cutting, but it cuts really well. And let's see if it hangs on my nail. It does hang on my nail a little bit too. So I know I'm messing up my paper cut test here. There we go. I just gotta prove to myself as well as you that this is sharp enough to just slice paper like that. It could use a little bit of work. It's not the sharpest. Alright, I've killed that dead horse. Let's do the stab test. I have some wood here. Just make sure we don't have any weird thing where it would break the tip. This is just soft pine. I just popped that in there. You can see it's in there deep. Just make sure that the point held up well. Okay, so heat treatment was done well. No weird things where it would bend or break that tip. What's next on the test? The retention. I do the little retention test, and I do this because it's a safety thing. If the blade opens up in your pocket, there could be a problem. So it shouldn't easily open up, which it doesn't. See? So good retention right there. You can see how far you gotta sort of pull it before it gets over the hump. Right about there. And it pops in. So the pros for this knife, well, the biggest one, of course, is the cost. It is just an extreme high-value knife. Crazy high-value knife. You're not going to find anything made this good for this price. And the only thing that I could find wrong with it is the blade centering is just a hair off. This is insane. It's insane. It is a clone, so if you don't like clones and things that are made in China that you gotta buy direct from China, I guess that's the con. And for me, the con was I had to wait a month and a half to get it from Fast Tech. Big pain in the butt. What you have to do is you have to play a mind trick on yourself. You have to order it and then forget you ordered it and use PayPal. This way you could rebuke it, whatever that word is, in case there's an issue. But order it and try to forget it, and when it shows up on your doorstep, it's like a present. And this is a gem. You know, I did away with my rating 1 to 10, but if I did rate this, it would be a 10 out of 10. Just an incredible knife. I'm gonna be carrying this for a while. I just got this today, so you know, as far as a long-term review, this is not a long-term review. This is more of an unboxing, but I could tell you this thing is just solid like a rock. So if something goes wrong with it, or if there are any issues, because I'm going to carry this for a couple weeks, I will let you know. This might end up my everyday carry for even longer, because I'm loving it. I am just loving this knife. Can you tell I like this knife? For $60.22, it's just insane. So check it out. We'll go ahead and just do one long pass before we wrap things up. I love the OD green. I love it. When I saw this in green, I was like, I gotta get it, gotta get it. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And I know a lot of you were very happy the week of vape is over, so I just had to do it. It's my new obsession. Okay, take care.